I met Dylan at a co-op art collective downtown.
I met Dylan at a women's crisis center.
Dylan was my Uber driver, and when I got in the car, he didn't say hi, he just turned around and said, "I only believe in affirmative consent."
Male feminists. Where do they come from? Do they really care about feminism? Do they have to post every single good deed on Facebook? And who the hell is Dylan Krakow? Countless women have had run-ins with Dylan Krakow, a self-proclaimed outspoken male feminist. And while each woman's experience was her own, they all agree on one thing. Dylan Krakow is definitely hiding something.
I just started working at this co-op when I met Dylan. I was told he'd been there forever. He was like the guy who knew where everything was, so I had to deal with him. One day I was setting up my paints and he came over and said, "You know, every woman has a story to tell." And then he leaned in closer and said, "Are you going to tell yours?" I couldn't tell if he was being sincere or patronizing.
I was at a really low point in my life, so I went to a women's crisis center where Dylan was volunteering. He said he was just a shoulder for strong women to cry on. You know, I revealed so much to him, but then I slowly realized he was way too into me having a bad relationship with my father. He kept coming back to it. I went along because I figured it was therapeutic, but I don't know why he insisted on telling me, "Brianna, I'm not the man who hurt you. I'm not your father. I'm Dylan Krakow. I'm a male feminist."
Afterwards, he insisted on walking me all the way to the door, and then proceeded to point out all the places where Brock Turner could be hiding. Apparently there are 17 outside my apartment. He lit a candle at each one.
When I finished the painting I was working on, Dylan said he wanted to buy it, which I thought was cool. I'd never sold a painting before. But he said he only wanted to buy it if the painting was my truth. Seriously, he really said that. I could use the money, so I said, "Sure, okay." Next thing I know, he posts a selfie to Instagram of him hanging my painting on the wall, and the caption read, "Real men amplify women's art." He didn't even tag me on it.
I think Dylan likes to see women cry.
After dinner, we went back to his place. He has all this shitty art on the walls. Anyway, we were making out, and he keeps whispering in my ear, trying to be all seductive. "I am woke, so woke. I'm so woke right now." And I was like, "Dude, I don't care how woke you are, you're still wearing a condom."
Did Dylan ever randomly ask you if you felt safe?
Oh my God, all the time. And it was like the more he asked me, the less safe I felt. I don't think he's a real crisis counselor.
Well, you guys slept with him too, right?
Ew, no.
Good, don't. And do not look under his bed.
Why? What's under his bed?
A fleshlight.
What's wrong with a flashlight? I have a vibrator.
He told me that it was modeled after Roxanne Gay. And when I told him that I didn't believe him, he called me a clever girl. And then he told me he bought it to remind him of how society views women.
Oh my God. You know, my new rule is if a guy has to tell me how much of a feminist he is, he's hiding something.
At the very least, he's hiding a fleshlight.